Hey there, in YouTube land, and we are here today to talk about, well, horror movies. But in specific, I was at Costco today, and I was looking around, and the holidays coming up. Obviously, the creepy holidays. So I was looking at all the stuff that was there for it, and went through the aisle, and I was like, "That's pretty cool. Why don't we talk about the horror for the upcoming holidays?"
Beautiful horror holiday.
So at Costco, I'm going to be like, just like at Costco, I'm going to be like getting into the specifically the perfect upcoming holiday. So we're going to talk today about Christmas.
Christmas
horror.
Obviously.
Because obviously that's what's in Costco right now: Christmas trees, and it's a weird mix of Halloween stuff and candies with Christmas trees.
It sounds like the best holiday ever.
That would be the greatest holiday ever.
Christmas wing.
Christmas wing. I'm not sure if I like that.
It sounds kind of like a.
Okay, so we have
bad
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
bad.
Oh, there's 2 more there. Let's go with those two.
Which ones? What am I looking at?
There's right. Those two.
These two?
Yeah.
These aren't holiday related.
Yes, they are. In a way.
Okay.
So Christmas time comes, and well, unless you live in like Hawaii, like Blu-ray Hoarder does, or Florida, or something like that, more than likely you're like me in 4K Cinema HD, in that we have lots and lots of snow for the holidays, and let's talk about some snow or Christmas themed holiday movies that are kind of fun to sit back and watch when it's snowing outside, and you want to stay nice and toasty warm inside,
Yes.
but you want your blood to run cold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Do you want to take the first one or the second?
Oh, I have not watched that one.
Oh,
Actually, I want to watch that one. Maybe
That's
tonight
not
or
hard.
something.
I thought we watched this one tonight.
Which one? Maybe. I don't know. Is it one of those
So
two?
number one, it's one of the most bitter cold yet awesome horror movies out there. John Carpenter's The Thing. Not the remake, but this is actually the one of the remake. But prequel? Prequel.
It's a
It's a
prequel,
prequel.
yeah.
But the
Supposed to be
I
by
had that
Russian
one.
team.
Had that one on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie. I went on Netflix once saying I want to watch The Thing. The Thing was really awesome. The only thing they have on there is the prequel. So
John Carpenter's The Thing. It's collector's edition. Great commentary on this, by the way. Fantastic movie. If you haven't seen The Thing, you really should. It's a great, very paranoid, very claustrophobic film. Great special effects. I mean,
the only exposure to The Thing I have is the Dreamcast game.
Oh.
Which I played a bit of.
You have to watch the movie.
A lot of my exposure to things is the Dreamcast game.
Rob Bottin did the special effects for this one here. Wilford Brimley's in this. Kurt Russell, of course, is the lead. There are some amazing special effects. The dogs, and of course, everybody remembers the blood sequence and of course the operating sequence. Both really well done. Alien, it came out a few years before, and John Carpenter kind of upped the ante with what he did. And yeah,
I don't think it was ever upped any further, as far as I know. When it comes
Do you
to
know the
alien
scene?
films. I think I do.
it's an awesome
That
sequence.
scene, obviously, it's really hard to not see clips from that.
Next up is the second one, which Matt's going to talk about, and one of my favorites, actually.
That's true.
And it's
Cold Prey 2, Fritville 2, as I knew it. It is the sequel to one of the few modern day really well done slasher films, because honestly, modern day slasher films aren't like the highest of regarded thing. But Fritville was awesome. Fritville was what a slasher should be, and it was set. The first one was set in in I believe a cabin, sort of like ski lodge place.
Yeah, and Ski Lodge.
In ski lodge, and is amazingly well done. The second one, in a weird Halloween 2 fashion, picks up right where the first one left off. Is set mostly in a hospital, and explains a lot about the backstory of the slasher from the first one.
Without
Except-
diluting the character.
Yeah, no, a lot of things for example, Jason past Friday the 13th Part 4 is either not
Part 4, yeah, you're right.
is either not there in Part 5, or a zombie, which is never explained unless you read the extended universe stuff, which implies that he is a mutant with mutant powers that have never been mentioned before, ever.
Yeah. Or don't forget the whole, Jason goes to hell bullshit.
Yeah, or if you want to go to the I read it not too long ago, Jason versus Freddy versus Ash, that she used an Necronomicon to give him like its consistent life, which kind of fits with the set joke. But set jokes shouldn't really lead into continuity.
Anything after Party does not exist until the new line, until they start with the new reboot. That's my opinion.
The reboot was pretty good. I like the reboot. I watched the reboot twice.
Back to the Fritville.
Yeah, Fritville 2
A Cold Print.
is...
We saw it, when we saw it, it wasn't actually officially out.
Yeah, no.
We bought this later on. We got...
Same thing goes with Dot Snow, I believe.
Yeah, Dod Snow was another one. They weren't out. We were watching a lot of horror, especially at the time.
Yeah.
And Fritville was actually Cold Prey.
Yeah.
It was a Norwegian film.
Yeah. This is the perfect follow-up to a film that was already really, really good.
Amazing
on
film.
Its own regards. And snow, by the way, perfect setting. And, like, we have a few there where snow is the thing. Snow is a perfect setting for a horror movie.
Friday
Use
the
it more
13th
often.
needs snow.
Holy crap. Use it more often and stuff like that. Just go ahead, use it. Come on. There.
Snow. Okay, we gotta get on.
Yes.
Next up is a double feature that we both see.
Yes, and these are more Christmas-oriented ones now.
These are, yes, we're now getting some really Christmas-oriented stuff, so now it's time you can gather the family around and watch these fantastically Christmassy movies.
Oh, jeez.
Get the eggnog out. Aren't you feeling the mood already? I should have put on Christmas music. I said I had like Boney M's Feliz Navidad or something like that. Okay, Silent Night, Deadly Nights, Part 1 and 2. This is actually the Christmas Survival double feature.
Oh, boy.
And what can we say? But the first Silent Night, Deadly Night
is a weird movie.
It's a good movie. It's actually a good movie. I stand by this movie as actually...
It's okay.
Is the acting the greatest? No. Is it early Linnea Quigley? Yes.
You know what it is in a weird way?
Death. Great death.
You know what? Back in, I think, 2005, Rob Zombie... Was 2005 that Rob Zombie made Halloween? Or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Rob Zombie decided he wanted to remake a film. He forgot which one it was. This is the movie he remade. A movie where they go back to talk... No.
Friday the 13th.
Well, a movie where they go back to talk about a kid who's had a tragic past, like horrible event in this thing, grew up, and eventually snapped and started killing people on a specific day. He's remade the wrong film. Because this was the film about a kid who snapped and went on to it. And you know what? Even better. When he was like, I'm going to make a second film. He wanted to make a weird, obscure film with strange narratives and their sibling as the killer this time. It's Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
So here we go. The first one, really cool film. Okay, there's this dude dressed in a Santa suit. I'm just going to give you the lowdown there real fast. A dude dressed in a Santa suit robs a liquor store. Real mean asshole. His car breaks down as he's making his escape. There's a family.
This is the character who contributes to being the dad in the Halloween remake.
There's a family like the mom and the mother and the father and their two kids. One kid, by the way, is a baby. The other kid's like 5, 6 maybe.
What did I say?
Anyway, so
all matching up.
They stop to help the guy out, and when they do that, he takes a hissing cats. He takes a gun and he shoots and kills the father, and then he rapes the mother in front of their eyes and shoots and kills the mother.
Well, I mean, did he rape her? It was like he like ripped her shirt open and then he killed her.
No,
I forget. I don't know. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's pretty intense there.
Yeah. Either way.
But anyway, so
terrible event.
Anyway,
mother dies.
He goes to an asylum. He goes to an orphanage where basically he's abused by the mother superior, who treats him like crap. And when he gets out, and they decide that the best place for him to be as a young man is a toy store. Yeah, the guy that's been traumatized by Santa Claus is working at a toy store. People are naughty. He kills them. He lets them know that they're evil. Part 2 comes around, and now the little brother that didn't say anything from the first movie because he was too young.
The second film is Halloween 2.
An adult in an asylum. Get it? He's an adult in an asylum.
Yeah.
And he says those magic words that have become memes and stuff forever.
I love that thing.
Matt, go for it.
Garbage day. What? No!
Yeah. That's the thing. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious. And you really don't have to see this movie. Because the first 45 to 50 minutes of Part 2, it's literally scenes from the first movie.
We don't have them here. I don't think on DVD. I don't know if they are.
Huh.
third, fourth, and fifth films.
No, I gotta get those. I really want them. They were put out as Canadian
Which one
exclusives.
was the third one again? Third one. Oh, that's right. The third
Bill
one
Moseley.
was.
Bill Moseley.
That's right. The third one was about him as a psychic.
No, there's a psychic and him,
With,
and like there's a blind psychic, right? And
Yeah.
and he's got a fishbowl on his head. And
I cannot attribute that to any Rob Zombie remakes. However, I heard he might be involved with the third Halloween film, so you know I can
Fourth-
still see that going.
fourth is about a
I can honestly.
cult.
The fourth is about a cult.
I
It's
think
really
Clint
gross.
Howard is in it.
He is.
A small part. Ask that
He-
character.
Yeah, he plays him.
And in part 5,
He's also a good guy for some reason.
Time Maker. I really like that one actually. We don't have those, so
What, Toymaker? You like
Yeah.
Toymaker?
I really like Time Maker.
Toymaker's horrible.
It's a great movie.
It's awful.
And the ending's
It's
so cool.
just the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Silent Night, Dead Night 5, Time Maker.
Yes.
Mickey
oh my
Rooney,
god.
the guy that went out and said Silent Night, Dead Night should never be made. It's a horrible movie and stars in part 5. That is
That's-
so awesome.
Irony's awesome, but there's
But let's get to something.
Pinot. Just Pinot. By the way,
I love
Pinot and like what was his?
Don't give the twist away. I love it. Although you
What
will
about
know
the
something.
scene where Pinot's got like
I don't want to talk.
there's a lady. He's got the lady, and he's like,
Yeah, it's
and
really
he's like dry humping her, and he's just like, "You're my mother."
good. He's a horrible actor, but still, it's a great,
It's
great
a
film.
terrible movie.
It is one of the great bad
It's also
films
got
all
one of.
time.
I don't even need to like discuss what the film is to say like the moment you see the film and you hear the names, like Pinot and his like dad's name, you know what it is.
Remember Malcolm McDowell?
I do remember Malcolm.
Malcolm McDowell remakes in remakes.
I do remember Malcolm McDowell.
Do you know Malcolm McDowell's actually in a really good remake?
It's hard to believe considering.
I know, but he is, and it's called Silent Night.
Oh wow.
Actually, it's a really good remake. The kills in this are pretty cool, pretty inventive. Like the who the killer is. They try and make it seem like a mystery, but it really, really kind of isn't. There's a good reasoning behind the kills. I don't want to give it away.
I've not seen
Jamie King does a great job in this. Donald Logue doesn't really do a lot. Malcolm McDowell is really funny in this movie, and yeah, they do manage to get the garbage day line in there.
it. Nice. See, there we go. That's. This is the second remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night because I stick to my fact that Zombie decided to make.
Let's talk about
It's
one of the
almost-
greats,
Oh,
the
that's
all-time
true.
greats.
That's true. Now, Jack Frost is a Michael Keaton movie about a musician. No,
Yeah, actually, it is. But
it is, but it's
it's not
really-
that Jack Frost.
No, you better hope not. That'd be a terrible like cover for a kids movie. This is just a fun movie.
This is about a guy. Actually, I think his name is Jack.
yeah. I think it is something along.
Maybe
those
Jack Frost. Something like it's.
It's something along those lines.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's a killer. He's killed like 38, 39 people, something like that.
Yeah.
And he's being transferred over to be like executed.
Yeah, he's about to be like.
And the breaks down, and he escapes. But when he does, a truck of antifreeze, I
Yeah,
think, or
yeah, I
some
think
kind
it's antifreeze. It's like some experimental antifreeze or something like that.
yeah, and
No, it's not antifreeze.
no,
It's because that's the thing that comes in later.
that material that's kind of some toxic waste.
It's some
So
weird
he gets hit with toxic waste,
and in the snow and
and
stuff.
he becomes a killer snowman. This movie became famous mostly because the actress Shannon Elizabeth did the movie American Pie shortly after this, and kind of gave this one like kind of a rebirth. But how is this movie? It's
awesome.
awesomely horrible. It's like it's
fun.
fun. It's really fun and funny. The ending is hilariously bad. The special effects are horrific. Seeing what Shannon Elizabeth carrot scene.
Yeah.
Gotta love that. It's comical. It's a fun film.
Oh,
Jack
yes.
Frost. It was such a popular movie on basically on video that it would spawn something else. It would spawn a sequel that would be completely different, and that would be Jack Frost 2: The
Does
Revenge
that
of the
face not just actually look happier
Maybe
than
Killer
this
Snow.
face? Like this face is like violent. Like oh my god, I'm gonna kill you. That one just like hey, we made a
This
sequel.
one is much funnier.
It's much more comedy oriented.
Obviously, you can see the like I mentioned when I showed this video, in my video when I unboxed these. This looks kind of like the alien face thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the tone of the movie. It's very kind of lighthearted. You got killer snowmen in the Caribbean, which is really kind of cool, and it's very Gremlins.
Of course, yeah, it is.
It's very much a Gremlins style film. So if you like Gremlins, Critters, stuff like that, you're probably going to get a kick out of this one. It's very low budget, but for what it does, I got to say, I really enjoyed the movie. I do not think Shannon Elizabeth did come back to this. We had another actress, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't she die?
I don't remember.
But this is a really good film. Really good for what it is.
It's fun. It's
here, sit it back.
It's not as good as the first one, but like.
Look, aren't you guys feeling? Don't you want to be Christmassy now so you can watch all these?
It's not as good as the first one, but it's still good. It's still fun.
Let's talk about a really classic movie.
This is a movie we watch every Christmas Eve.
Yeah, this is our Christmas Eve classic. It's something that we, as a family, watch, and no joke, seriously, every year. It's one of my favorite movies. It's one of the movies that got me into horror films in the first place, and by one directors that I really admired. He's passed on now. His name was Bob Clark, and it's a 1974 film. And without this movie, there would be no Halloween or anything like that. And that movie is Black Christmas. Black Christmas is just an amazing film. It stars Olivia Huss, who just came off doing Romeo and Juliet around that time.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and so she was chosen for that one there. This one here. But I think Margot Kidder really steals the show.
Yeah.
In this movie here, she's like does an amazing job. She's just, and apparently she ad-libbed a lot of the lines and stuff like that. She's really good. We have a Canadian actor, Art Hindle. Well, that's a pretty decent role in here. Keir Dullea is a great, like, messed up, tortured pianist artist type character. We have actually people that Andrew Martin's got a role in this one as well. John Saxon's police officer in this one. Just a great cast. This was shot in Ontario, and it's one of my favorite films. Creeped me out when I was a kid a lot. This sequence here really creeped me out, and the scene in the attic, I always found really creepy. Actually got to talk to the guy that did the voice for Billy a few times on Facebook. He's like really nice. Because I did this one of these. I had him on my Facebook, and I was doing one of these like who would do certain things type of quizzes.
Yeah. And
so his name popped up because they randomly generate like names, and I said, yeah, sure, he'd do it with this person, sing in the shower, all that type of stuff. Yeah. So it was a singing thing anyway. So I was talking to him, and it was he did a show called Stingray. But anyway, so we were talking for a nice long while after that. He said, "You haven't heard me sing. If you haven't heard me sing, you wouldn't say that." But he did the voice of Billy. He's the main voice. There's a couple other kind of voices like kind of mixed in there.
Yeah.
But just really cool movie. Very dark. Very. You got to see it. This is different. You want to add it? Is there anything you can add this one?
Just that it's like if I would say like there's anything, it would be like the Godfather, the first when it comes to like real like slashers. It's that film. It is that film. There's like nothing else like compared, especially to this day.
It's insulting when you think I love the movie. I love Hitchcock. I have the big set. I spent a lot. Well, I didn't. My better half spent a lot of money on getting my Hitchcock set back from the last year. But Psycho, please no.
See, the difference there is that when it comes to like that, Hitchcock's movies, as great as they are for horror, they're thrillers. This is a slasher. This is
a true slasher, and the really good sequence, the unicorn murder.
Yeah,
one of the best murders.
So, I mentioned how I thought that Silent Night, Deadly Night was what Rob Zombie remade, but he took his basis from another Christmas movie that, in its own way, was a remake,
and a very unique and bad remake.
Oh my God! This Rob Zombie's film, as I mentioned, has parallels to things. In this case, it parallels explaining things that don't need explaining.
Black Xmas.
One of the scary things about Black Christmas was the strange phone calls that had absolutely no relation. For the longest time, people didn't know if it was Billy or Billock, I believe, right?
Yeah, actually, even the guy that did it said that he did use the name Billock.
Yeah, so that was crazy. It's fun. The unknown is scary. You know what's not scary? Jaundice.
Bart Simpson as a killer.
Yeah, that also. By the way, who looked at this film and said, oh, what could it use? Just a little bit more yellow.
Uh,
I watched this movie twice recently. No one should watch this movie once, ever.
It's not a good movie.
It's not good at all.
The kills are not bad. For some of the kills are bad.
Did you know?
The cast is amazing.
Did you
But
know
it's a horrible film.
that in this film, Billy doesn't kill a single person on camera?
No, the girl does.
Every single time. The only time you
Agnes
ever see
does.
him kill... Yeah, Agnes does. Didn't exist in the previous ones, I don't think, other than, like, mentioned by name, maybe.
Yeah, like they mentioned, like, you know.
But...
like getting a wart removed. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only in the flashbacks do you see him kill someone.
So this movie here has one. I went in very excited with this one because the person that remade this movie had remade another movie right before it. This is really going to piss him off. And the movie he remade was Willard.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously.
That guy?
It's Glenn Morgan.
I hate Willard.
I don't think Glenn... Oh, no. Willard's ending wasn't the best, but Willard itself, Crispin Glover was good in the film. Arlie Emery was good in that film.
You killed Ben. You shouldn't have killed...
Oh, I agree.
I have 2 rats.
But,
they're adorable.
But you know what? Here's the thing.
Right.
Anyways, it wasn't a bad, like, as you gotta say, it wasn't that bad. Willard wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad of a movie.
Fine. I just don't like the ending a lot.
Yeah. And I can understand, like, Adam Lover's not liking Willard. Totally. But
should have gotten his comeuppance.
The thing is that Glenn Morgan made it, and Glenn Morgan was on a hot streak after being one of the head writers for X-Files, the series.
I still would not see Willard, though, even without the ending, and say, I cannot wait to see what this guy does next, especially with Black Christmas.
But there's a reason for this. I'm getting to. Is that after he had made the movie, it had really tanked, really, really badly tanked, and he had zero self-confidence going in to make this movie. And when he was making Black Xmas, he let the studio take the lead because he thought he wasn't sure of himself, and it was really a wrong time for this guy. I think he may have actually made something decent if he really had been able to do it. This is not it. This is not the movie. This is a horrible, horrible film.
On the train that you just said about him not having...
his confidence was gone. Yeah.
Even worse. Interesting little fact about that film. The trailers that were released for that film feature footage and a character that never appeared in the film. Almost all of the footage is footage that was made separate from the film that the director didn't even know about.
Yeah, there is so much stuff in that. And this is not, this should be good. Well, hold on a second. Let's go here. Katie Cassidy, Michelle Trachtenberg, Mary Elizabeth Winston, Oliver Hudson, Lacey Chabray, Kirsten Cloak, Andrea Martin. This is one hell of a cast. What the hell were they thinking?
How do you mess that up?
And there was one fantastic sequence with an icicle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That's the reason for me watching this movie. But this movie is horrible. It gets really, really bad. The killer is horrific. It is boring. His backstory makes no sense. It's not interesting. It's not exciting. I don't see
how this film became that film. No one can look at this film and say, wouldn't the killer be more interesting if he was yellow?
Apparently.
If he wasn't the killer during the film. And if the killer, for some reason, really liked eating eyeballs
Bob Clark died before this thing got made.
Thank God. Honestly.
Now, Bob Clark did have a background written for the character of Billy.
Did he?
He had a reasoning and stuff behind it. And he at one point was going to do a sequel to the movie Black Christmas, but he ended up not doing it. In actuality, it was going to be another horror, kind of theme one. He was going to escape from there, and it was going to be called, it may have been called Halloween. He did not do it. John Carpenter went basically to Bob Clark and said, if you're not going to use it, can I use the Halloween thing?
Oh, I forgot about that, and I should know about that because I know a lot about history of things.
And
that's
sad. And he did. But this sad. I'm glad Bob Clark would see this.
Is there a place online you think where you can find the write up of that? I want to know the actual original backstory of that. I want to know
it. I think it probably died with Clark. But he does talk a bit about it.
Secrets that go away.
If you watch the special feature on this video, he talks about it. And there's a documentary called Behind the Scenes of Black Christmas. It's done for the Space Channel. It's about 45 minutes long. It's pretty good.
Reminds me
and I watched it on the trip back from Morocco.
Reminds me of a fact I learned once. I think it was about it was either Steve Ditko or someone. I forget who it was exactly. It wasn't Steve Ditko. It was someone who another comic book writer walked into their house one day and saw a stack Doctor Strange, like a stack of original Doctor Strange things, and they're like, "Wow, are you making a new graphic novel?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm making a new graphic novel." And he's like, "Oh, when can I see it?" And he's like, "Oh, that's not for you. That's not for Marvel. This is a me thing."
Yeah.
A huge graphic novel of Doctor Strange you'll never get to see.
I love this
hate
here.
things.
Look, yeah, this. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The special feature, the main special feature, the remaking of Black Christmas, 20 minutes long. It's called "What Have You Done?" Thank you.
Oh man,
Thank you. That is so
some
good.
comedic irony.
Oh my god. But these
I've watched all the alternate endings as well.
These are
most of the deleted scenes.
great
It's all awful.
Christmassy ones. So here we are.
Well, let's
September,
not say
and we're
great.
giving you. Well,
Just not Xmas. Xmas is not great. But
well, you know, a couple of these
Everyone-
aren't great, but all these are like
these are ones you can watch,
during Christmas.
except for Black Xmas.
Watch it anyway. It'll be, just watch the first one and then watch the second one and be dumbfounded at how freaking bad it is.
You can give. You know what?
If you want to
If-
put another Christmas one, I've got another thing we can actually kind of put in there.
What?
The Shining, the original Shining one.
That's true.
That's set like a lot of it's set during Christmas. Actually, the TV remake as well. If you like stuff done in Montreal, there was this Temps More. Temps More was another one done in the winter. It was more of like a web series type thing. Can you think of any more
Like Christmas oriented, like
Christmas or winter oriented horror films?
Yeah. Dod Snow was one that's set.
Oh yeah, of course. Todd Snow is a fantastic.
I mentioned it earlier too. I can't believe you didn't pick up on that one.
A great zombie film. A lot of Nazi zombies in snow. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
If you want to cry, you can watch the movie Frozen, not the Let It Go Disney one, but the one where the people are stuck.
Sound of Green's movie, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I really like
I
that
don't want to
movie.
watch that movie ever again.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't want to watch that movie ever again. It's really hard to
So,
watch.
with all this being said, one thing I've taken out of this: if you're going to make another Friday the 13th movie, if you're really serious, guys, about making another Friday the 13th movie, scrap the fan footage stuff.
I mean,
We don't have to be 3D, but you know what? Would be nice. Let's put Crystal Lake at Christmas. Let's do a winter
Frozen over Crystal Lake would be awesome.
Friday the 13th.
They're doing it in a game too. That new survival horror game on the PS4. It's gonna be oriented around winter time and sort of.
And if you've got a PS2 or an Xbox, check out the thing.
Oh,
Video game.
Or what was that one? There was another one.
Cold Fear?
Cold Fear. There we go.
Cold
I
Fear
have
is
that.
probably my favorite of the survival horror
It's
games.
one of the best
back in the day.
zombie
Was that a PS2 or Xbox?
It's an Xbox. It's original. Well, I think you can get it on PS2 as well, but I have it on original Xbox. If you really want to get a good gift, don't even say. If you really want to get a good gift for your loved ones this Christmas, take out a life insurance policy, sit down, and watch Black Xmas on repeat for hours on end. And
That's not for people that you like, though. That's for people you don't like.
well, you know.
But here you go, guys. Those are some Christmassy movies for you. Christmas movies in September. Maybe I should have called this video Christmas in September, but I wanted it, holiday horror. I like that. Like that.
Yeah, holiday horror, like cold-blooded horror.
And of course, there's the Thing prequel as well. You want to check
Yeah,
out.
I mean, I don't know if it's
Heard it's
that
okay.
good. It's
Dude, it's got to be better than Black Xmas.
oh man, I can. Oh my goodness.
Thanks for watching, guys. For me right now, I'm gonna talk for 20 minutes, and it's really time for tea. Happy holidays.
Ho 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 ho!
You know what day it is?
It's the 13th. I believe.
But what day is it really?
Saturday the 13th.
No.
Doctor Who Day. I know that much.
What day is it? Really?
Oh. Oh,
Yes.
that's right.
Do you forget?
I forgot.
Yes.
It's Garbage Day.
It
What?